Hey everybody, it's John here from VidGamiac.com. Here we are today back in Mega Man X Legacy Collection 2, grabbing the Smooth Operator achievement. This is going to be done in Mega Man X7. It is to answer all of Alia's calls. Now, even though Alia doesn't appear until you actually get to the main game, the calls you get during the prologue do count towards the achievement, so make sure you get those. First one is right as you start the game and get control of Axel, so you are going to get all of these tutorial bits. This basically works like the transmissionary achievement in Dead Rising, where you have to read the entire text box and you have to answer all of these calls. You answer them by clicking in the right stick, and if you get attacked while a call is going off, you are going to have to retake the call by walking back to the same spot where the call initiates. So the first stage basically has a few at the start right here. You should have 3 by the time you get to the room with the boxes. A 4th one when you get to this room, and pretty much they'll just tell you how to play the game and learn all of the new controls and what have you. But whatever the case, just keep making your way forward and keep doing the tutorial things, or not, you can just skip past them. If you're doing this on Rookie Hunter difficulty, you can just tank your way through the entire game, in all honesty. But whatever the case, just keep making your way to the right, and every time that right stick prompt pops up, make sure you click in the right stick to get the message. Once you get to the next room, you are going to get a message right here that teaches you how to use your copy ability. Whatever you do, do not use your copy ability. If you copy an enemy, you cannot receive calls, so if you do this, you have the potential of missing the next few. So just kill the enemies like normal, or just ignore them, and just make your way to the next room. Once again, if you do this on Rookie Hunter difficulty, you can just tank your way through. Whatever the case, if you have the copy ability on by the time you get to the next room, you might miss one of the calls, which of course will mess up the achievement since you can't go back to the stage once you start the game and have to do a new game. So you get a message right here. This is the one that is missable if you have the copy ability on, but after you get that, just make your way to the last room and you should get the last call for the prologue. There's going to be none for the rest, so this should be the final one for this part of the game. Other than that, just get through the rest of the prologue with the chase scene and the boss fight, the stuff where you meet Zero, etc., and we have the rest of the game to look forward to. Alright, now that we got into the game proper, the ones that are going to count towards the achievements are the calls that actually take place during each of the levels. We're going to start off in Deep Forest. It doesn't matter which character you use, as long as you get the call in the right spot, that will count towards the achievement. First one's going to be right when you get past that bridge, then the second one in this level is right after this part in 3D where you're going downhill. You're going to jump on this platform. Even if you're going for the secrets below, make sure you jump on the platform first and take the call, and that'll be the 2 for the level. Once again, it doesn't matter what character you take the call with, even though they're slightly different, they count as the same for the achievement's sake. Then the second stage, Radio Tower, you get 1 at the beginning, so make sure you answer that call. And if you miss one, you can always go back. As long as you're standing in the spot where the call initiates, you can take the call again. So if you take some damage or accidentally walk past it, you can just backtrack a bit, and then you should be good for the call. Second one is right after you get past the first stage of the tower. You're going to be up here. This is right before the first mini boss fight. Take the call at the start. Once you take out the boss and go to the third phase of the tower, you are going to have a call right as you start. So make sure you take that. Head down a bit, and then you get to the first gap. Once you make this jump, you have the barrier robots, and then make sure you take the call right here. So that should be all the ones for this stage. After that, we are going to move on to stage number 3, which is going to be the Battleship. We are going in robot weakness order. However, since it is Mega Man, you can go in whatever order you want. It's up to you, but we're just sticking to the weakness. So first call is going to be right at the start of the stage. Then you're going to make your way to the right past the first couple of turtles and Mentors. Right when you get to this ramp right here, call number 2 is going to initiate, so make sure you pick that up. Keep playing until you get to the mini-boss against the jet, and then once you transport to the next area, make sure you get this call. If you are also going for the Reploids, make sure that the collectibles don't interfere with each other. If you have to get Reploids, make sure you get them first because they are missable if they do die, so keep that in mind. Anyways, on to the Lava Factory, 1 at the start of the level right here. Then after that, you want to make your way forward. Once you clear this first jump between these 2 Mentors is going to be call number 2. So make sure you pick that one up. This one is about the bomb. And once again, make sure you rescue the Reploid before moving on because they can die in this stage. And if you are focused on trying to get the calls over the Reploids, you might miss one or the other. But the third call is going to be right after that second bomb. Then you are going to get to the lava part. You should get one at the beginning right here. And there's actually one right before you fight the boss, and it's the only one that appears during a boss fight. So make sure you get to the boss room, answer the call before you get to fighting, and then that should take care of another level. On to the next stage, which is going to be Central Circuit. This one's pretty simple since you are on the motorbike for the entirety of the stage pretty much. You get one at the start teaching you how to use the bike, and that's going to be it. She doesn't call you for the rest of the stage, thankfully. On to Cyberfield, you get 2 calls at the beginning once you load in. So take that call. You are going to make a turn right here, and right after the bend is going to be call number 2. So make sure you don't confuse the two and get both of them while you can. After that, just play through the stage until you get to this part right here. So this is right after the first warp. You are taken to the second area. She should call you, telling you about the zero gravity mechanic, and that is going to be it for that stage, thankfully. All the stuff's done pretty early, so no missing anything. On to Air Forces. This is right when you land on the planes. Make sure you pick up that call, and then you are going to go airplane hopping. Very, very annoying. But whatever the case, once you get to the on-foot segment, you should get a second call, and that's going to do it for this level. Make sure you finish up this level, and then we have one more stage full of calls. There are no calls in any of the end stages. So get to Tunnel Base, and then you should get a call right at the beginning telling you about ride armors. Play through the first part, and once you get to the end of the tunnel bit, you should get to the first gate. This should put you in the room with the acid pools. You get a call right at the start, so make sure you grab that. It's going to tell you that the acid is dangerous. And then the third and final one is right when you get through the next few gates. You should be in the final room right before the boss fight. You get a call right here. This should be your last one. If you have the rest of them, you should be good for the achievement. Once again, all the ones in the menus and stuff don't count. But there it is, 15 gamer score, and that's all there is to it.